It is my pleasure to welcome Kristen to join you back into lunch. And Kristen is with MyMTSS. She joined our network originally as a coach, just like you, and she continues to be a member of this network through her MyMTSS work. She also sits on the Early Literacy Task Force and on a committee that reviews and plans for these coaching networks just like this. And she is a lead, she leads literacy work at MyMTSS, including the Dyslexia Network. And so we are so grateful to have her be able to come and talk to you today about the Dyslexia Network. Let's welcome her into the room, please.
Thank you for the introduction, Heather, and for inviting me to share a little bit about the network. But before I start, I just want to take a moment and say that coaching, literacy coaching especially, holds a special place in my heart. And I want to acknowledge the important work that you all do, because by supporting teachers, you're helping to create better outcomes for our students every single day, which is why I'm excited to spend the next few minutes sharing a little bit about what the network is and where we've been. And how it was with literacy leaders in mind. It was created with literacy leaders in mind in order to support the educators that you all serve. So whether you're looking to deepen your own learning or strengthen your coaching toolkit, my hope is that you'll leave today with a better understanding of what the network is all about. I can't see the slide, so I'm going to say next slide. There we are. Okay. So first, I'm going to start off just by sharing a little bit about the purpose and why this work matters. So Michigan's revised school code, MCL 380.1280F, which is commonly referred to as the Literacy and Dyslexia Law or Public Act 146. It emphasizes the importance of ensuring educators have the knowledge and training to support students who are at risk for reading difficulties. And this network was created to deepen collective understanding of how students learn to read, what can affect reading development, and how we can respond with effective instruction grounded in the science of reading and structured literacy. It's about strengthening the systems that support both educators and students. And at the center of this work is you all, the literacy coaches and leaders who help connect research to classroom practice, because you are the experts that teachers are turning to when they need help understanding student needs or strengthening instruction. And this network is designed to ensure you have the knowledge, tools, and the resources to lead that work. It's about investing in the people who support literacy across our state. Next slide. So during the 2025-26 school year, it was our first year for cohort 1, and the network launched its first year of learning. It brought together 527 participants from across Michigan, many of whom are in this space with us today. So real quick, if you were a part of our first year cohort, would you please raise your hand or stand so we can acknowledge you and thank you for joining us in this work? Fantastic. As we begin this, as we started, we had 8 virtual sessions and we engaged in learning around topics that are essential to this work. Together, we explored what dyslexia is, how it affects reading development, and how structured literacy and the science of reading work together to support our students. Beyond the live learning sessions, resources like the network FAQ and the coaching guide, which if you scan that QR code, but I think it's also linked in the agenda, you'll have access to it. They were developed to extend this learning and to support our practice. As we begin this next year, we're excited to continue building on this foundation and continue the journey through cohort 1, year 2, and also welcome new participants through cohort 2, year 1. Next slide. So if you were a part of the first year, you are cohort 1, year 2, and it's designed for participants who took part in our learning last year in 25-26, and it builds on the foundation that we established in that first year together, but has a greater focus on our application to practice. We're going to continue learning from experts in each topic area and reflect on how to apply this research to our work. Each session is going to have an optional 30-minute networking session at the end after our learning portion, where our participants can connect with colleagues from across the state, discuss implementation challenges and successes, and think together about how to apply learning within your local settings. Through year 2, we'll continue making connections to Public Act 146 while exploring topics such as the science of reading and the science of instruction, effective classroom reading instruction across grade levels, and the academic, behavioral, and social-emotional impacts of dyslexia. The goal of this year is not only to continue building that knowledge, but to strengthen the connection between what we're learning and what we're going to do with that information once we've learned it. If you participated in year 1, we'll hope you continue the journey with us. And registration for cohort 1, year 2, will be closing the day of the first session, which is September 23rd. The biggest difference between our first year and our second year is we have multiple presenters sharing in topics of their field. And so some of those presenters are listed right there on this slide. We have Dr. Anita Archer, Lindsay Kemeny, Julie Bersher-Brown, Chantel Barrett-Blake, and Dr. Eric Tritus. Next slide, please. If you weren't able to participate this past year, we're excited to introduce Cohort 2, Year 1. Cohort 2, Year 1 is intended for new participants and provides the same foundation from Cohort 1. This series is facilitated by Dr. Sharon Bond and Dr. Elizabeth Stevens, who are both out of the University of Texas. And they bring extensive expertise in literacy research, instruction, implementation, with a hyper-focus on dyslexia. They're hilarious also. An hour and a half never went by so fast. But just like Cohort 1, Year 2, this series will make intentional connections to PA 146 and provide participants with opportunities to engage with research, deepen understanding of each topic, and consider how the learning applies to your own coaching and leadership contexts. Each session will also conclude with that optional 30-minute collaboration time. Space is limited for this cohort, and registration for Cohort 2 closes on September 19th. And our final slide, as I wrap up, I just want to leave you with a few next steps if you're interested in participating. The easiest place to start is by visiting the registration page. You'll find more information in greater detail, session dates, descriptions, and the registration links for both cohorts. There's a tiny URL listed on this slide, but it's also been linked within the agenda. And if you have any questions or if you want any more information, please don't hesitate to reach out. My email address is right there on the slide. And so if you need more clarification, please feel free to email me. And with that, I want to thank you for the work that you guys do every day to support educators and readers across Michigan. And I wish you all a fantastic school year and hope to see you in our network.
Thank you, Kristen.